everyone. Welcome to the show. Um, it's kind of weird here. I feel a little cramped up in here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, maybe it's this. Yeah, set that back a little bit further. Hey, Debbie, how's it going? Hello. Oh, man. I had some muscle pain this morning. I used my pain oil to make it go away. It's amazing how much pain was in my elbow. It was really preventing me from enjoying the morning. I took the garbage down, and I got to lift up the garbage and shit, and it just fucking hurts my arm. Hey Tony, Jerry, Just Stone. Hey buddy, Richard Magnarelli, Johnny Mafia, old school. What's up, son? Tommy, Mosner. Is it Mosner? I can't remember. Fuck, I don't know. What's up, guys? How's it going? Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Gonna smoke some bowls this morning. This one is only partially smoked. I think I'm just gonna smoke that. So the dog weighs 27 pounds. I weighed him this morning. 27 pounds. Yeah, muscle pain. It's great on. Oh, man, it didn't really help my arthritis the other day. I was really sad about that. It's helped my arthritis before, but man, that day I had that attack after the piano playing. Oh boy, it wouldn't work on it, man. Hey, Amy. Hey, Robin. Hey, guys, how's it going? I can't. I blocked a moderator. Shared on Facebook. I have no idea what you're talking about, Carson. Shared on Facebook. Uh, hey, Delbert, what's up, son? Good morning, everybody. So today is Wednesday. I was supposed to get my garbage cans yesterday. I waited a whole day. Good morning. Hey, Dean. He's getting so big. Yeah, I know. He's great, man. He's an awesome dog. He's really smart. And I come home, he's at the top of the stairs waiting for me. He's so freaking cute. So, I almost went against my own standards today, and I realized I was violating a very important rule. I was going to put the title something about something stupid that Donald Trump did. Um, and I realized I was like, I'm doing the same fucking thing. I'm talking about Donald Trump. I need to be talking about Bernie Sanders. So I immediately changed my mind and I made the title say Bernie Sanders Twitter. And what I want to do is I want to spend time today getting you guys to follow Bernie Sanders on Twitter. And then I want you to take his link to his Twitter account. I want you to share it all over groups, all over the internet. And I want you to tell people that Donald Trump has 67 million followers and Bernie Sanders only has 10 million. Let's get Bernie Sanders up to 100 million followers on Twitter, starting with you guys. Okay? So I want every single one of you that appreciates me and likes this show to get on Twitter and fuck Trendy As Dabbers. Go find Bernie Sanders and go follow him. Okay? This isn't about me. It's about everybody else but me. And I hope that that's enough to inspire you to go do it. Karsten, thank you for following Bernie. I'm also asking you to tell other people to do it, Karsten. Tell other people to do it. Share the link all over the place. It's in the title of this video. The link to Bernie Sanders' Twitter. Just one person isn't enough, bro. I want you to bring 100 more people with you. And if each of us brings 100 more people, it's still not even a drop in the bucket. So we got to push. And we got to get more people to back us. All right? Robin, you'll get it. You know, even I'm still learning Twitter. And I'm learning, you know, it's crazy when I see people on Twitter that I have absolutely no respect for, and they have thousands of followers, man. It just blows my mind. It makes me realize that anybody can have a platform today, in today's world. Because of the internet, we realize there's so many people out there that we can find to agree with us. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's the popular thing. There's just more interconnectivity from brain to brain. There's more connection, you know? So now we know what everybody's inner thoughts are. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in. Robbie, I hope so, but let's start by getting more people on his Twitter account, okay, Robbie? Do you agree with me? I want him to smack Trump around the block too, but I'd like to see Bernie Sanders with more Twitter followers than Donald Trump. And I know that's a tall order, so let's start on it right now. Thank you, Dean Shepler. This is for you, Dean. This is also for Karsten, and this is for anybody else who's going to decide to just follow Bernie Sanders on Twitter. It's a support thing. It's for support. It's to support him. It's to support the cause. It's to help. You know? And he does put out some fantastic tweets, too. Every single tweet he puts out makes sense. Unlike Greta Thunberg, she literally is working to destroy the planet faster. She's literally working to speed up our extinction, and she has no idea what she's doing. And that's somebody else you guys should be following, and you should be calling that little girl out on her bullshit, too. And let her know that what she's asking for is speeding up our extinction. Hey, stop trying to accelerate our extinction, you fucking dummy. You know, go research it a little bit before you go running off half-cocked. Cheers to all of you guys. Dave Campione, Trinity Mafia Old School, this is for you too. If you guys are following Bernie Sanders on Twitter, this is for you. Delbert, if you can't find him, I gave you the link in the title of this video, bro. Should make it real easy to find him. Twitter.com/Bernie Sanders, man. How hard could that be? Twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. I'm sure you can do it. Make it happen. Impress me. Well, I'd give her Person of the Year for starting a movement, but I got to subtract some points because her movement is going to result in the accelerated extinction of mankind. So let's keep our heads above water, guys. Say you can't fight City Hall. That's a lesson that Greta Thunberg's about to learn. You know, it's not what the people in power want, you know, and luckily for us, it's not what the people in power want. You know, even Bernie Sanders is wrong about climate. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong. They just don't make them aware of it. It seems hazy outside. Isn't that weird? Why is that? It's not hazy outside. It's really weird why it looks like that. Hey, Ritz. Hey, David C. Baker Jr. Hey, David C. Baker. What's up, guys? So, yeah. What was I got? Oh, Space Farce. I started a new hashtag, and you guys can use it. Anytime you see Donald Trump on the internet talking about Space Force, hashtag it Space Farce. Okay? What I said was Space Force is a perfect example of, it's a commentary on Trump's presidency. It's a waste of time, money, effort, and it's fucking stupid. And it's a fucking space farce. So if you guys would start spreading that hashtag around, hashtag Space Farce, capital S, capital F. First person to hashtag Space Farce in my live stream gets the next bong rip in their honor. Who's got me? And who's gonna go? Hey, Dave Campione, Trendy Mafia, old school. He gets it. Thank you, son. Okay, let me go get my poker. My poker and my cannabis. Okay, here, let's put you guys right here. Here. Poker here. Yeah. Space Farce. I did it before you asked. Psh, unreal. Like I give a rat's ass. Like I could give a rat's ass. Like I give a rat's ass, pal. Nobody else is going to write hashtag Space Farce? Look, you guys, I'm not doing this. I'm not saying these words because I like to hear the sound of my voice. I really want you guys to hashtag Space Farce in my live stream, and I'd like to see it 30 times. Hashtag Space Farce. Make it a thing. Help me out, guys. Come on. Let me at least believe for an hour that I'm an innovator, okay? Just fool me, okay? David C. Baker Jr., appreciated. Bruce, thank you. Yeah, 30 people watching in one hashtag, you know? I want all of you to hashtag it. I want you to type it out into your little phones and your little smart devices. Hashtag Space Farce. I want you to type that out. Then I want you to go over to Twitter, and I want you to put that hashtag all over Twitter. Are you questioning me, Billy? Are you questioning me, Billy Yar? What, did you just get here? Have you not heard the last 5-10 minutes of the conversation? Look, I know I really want to keep it talking about Bernie and keeping it positive, like I said, but this is just some very low hanging fruit. Very, very low hanging fruit, and I can't resist it. And you shouldn't be able to resist this either. This was an easy one. So do me a favor, go on Twitter. All right. I don't understand, Billy. Why are you asking questions? Are you questioning me? I don't understand what you're saying. Just spit it out, Billy. Whatever you're trying to say, just spit it out, buddy. Talk to me. Communicate. New fan, Andrew Justin. Thanks. Thank you, Andrew. Welcome to the show. Everybody here calls me Nay, just so you know, Andrew. It's Nay, and it's very nice to meet you, and thank you for telling me that you're new. How did you find my show, bro? How'd you find my show, bro? Was it from a share on Facebook, bro? Look, if you guys just hashtagged Space Farce, this bong rip is for you. But especially Space Fart is good too. I like Space Fart. I like Space Fart and I like Space Farce. Both of them are good. You could hashtag Space Fart too. David Campione, he gets it. But then I want to shout you all out. Okay, David C. Baker Jr., thank you. Bruce Leaf, thank you. Doomsday 704 with the Space Fart, thank you. I think that's a good play on my Space Farce. Steven Running, hello. Billy Yar says why. Amy Gary says Space Farce. Adam Benson says Space Farce. Thank you, Adam. Love you, bro. Nick. Andrew, good morning from South Texas. Andrew, what's up, son? Nick, I was away from my phone. Nick's always losing out. KNN THC Squad says hashtag Space Farce. Raymond Shepard says Space Farce. Billy Yar says no. Andrew Justin Encino says, first I'm seeing of you, new fan. Billy Yar says, explain. Debbie Demers, Karanakis, Carol, Space Farce. I will explain it. I will, Billy. I will. Which Space Farce? Haha, yes, sir. Okay. Donald Trump has this, he wants to spend billions of dollars on a space force in outer space. He wants to take our tax dollars and he wants to put a whole bunch of fucking weaponry out in outer space, and he wants to call it Space Force. So I'm telling everybody I know to get on Twitter, hashtag Space Farce or Space Fart. They're both fantastic. I really like Space Fart. And I would love to see both of those hashtags all over Twitter, especially on Donald Trump's tweets about Space Force. So go ahead, and if you do this, make a hashtag Space Force in your post, and also add the hashtag Space Farce or Space Fart. Either way, it should catch on because it's hilarious, it's accurate, and hopefully if we put it out there enough, people will start hashtagging that, and it'll get through to some people, and it'll make a point that the whole space thing and the presidency is a farce. You know, what's the definition of the word farce? What's the definition? So I'm going to type in to Google farce def. That's how easy it is to find out the farce. A comic dramatic work using buffoonery and horseplay, and typically including crude characterization and ludicrously improbable situations. Couldn't have thought of a better word. Farce. Perfect. Space farce. A comic dramatic work using buffoonery. I love it. This is for all of you guys. Space fart. I love it. This is for all of you guys. Cheers. Thank you guys. Go on Twitter now and find me, Trendy As Dabbers, and then find Bernie Sanders. It's twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. Follow him, and then make tweets on your Twitter accounts and ask all of your followers to and put Bernie's Twitter, and I'll go on there and I'll like all of those when I see them. But and hashtag me on there. Put hashtag Trendy As Dabbers on anything that you tweet so I can see it and support you guys. All right? I want to see you guys creating retweetable tweets. I want to see stuff that when I see it, I'm proud and I want to retweet that shit. Okay? Make it good, man. Make it presentable and put it out there. Billy? She disrespect me? Yeah, you know, nobody gets special treatment, just so you guys know. And I pride myself in busting and she knows this, I pride myself in going out there and getting those boxes in that fucking mailbox as often as I possibly can. It's a pain in the ass, and I just washed my fucking truck, and there's mud all over the fucking streets. And, you know, I wasn't too crazy about driving my truck through the fucking muddy streets right after I washed it to go drive fucking 6 miles to the fucking mailbox and back. I was hoping maybe the streets would dry out or whatever, but not the case. Anyhow, you know, I pride myself in that, and I can't believe that knowledge, knowing how proud I am of my shipping, the fact that I literally fucking text each one of you your shipping information with a picture of your package, and she had the audacity and the rudeness to bring that shit up on my live stream. I thought about it. I was like, fuck her, man. I don't give a fuck. You know, that was rude as fuck. That's the kind of shit that I pulled on my grandmother when I was 11 years old, 10 years old. And my grandmother comes over, and I haven't seen her in a week or two. And my sister and my parents are like, hey, and I'm like, hey, Grandma, what'd you bring me? You know, she reminded me of myself when I was fucking 10 years old. Dude, and she knows it. And of all of you, she knows it. You know, don't rush me. The last thing you guys ever want to do is fucking rush me on a shipment, push me, whatever the fuck. You know, I've been doing this shit for years. I've been helping so many people out. And y'all just need to fucking chill out. And the rest of y'all, I guess y'all see that. That's why Billy came in here and said that. I appreciate that, bro. And I appreciate what was it, Enoch said last night? Right at the end of the show? I appreciated that too. And it's glad to see that even though, I act like a prick sometimes, it's for a fucking good reason that people see. And sometimes that's why people watch me, because they like it when people get called out on their bullshit. You know? So, anyway, just for the record, just so you all know, I fucking got in my truck this morning, just I was gonna do anyway if she'd kept her fat fucking mouth shut, and I drove to the mailbox and I put her fucking box in the mail. And I took 2 texts from somebody else today whose post office is fucking him on the postage. They're telling him he owes $24 on one of my boxes that I already paid fucking $4 postage for. And now they're like, well, it's $24 postage. I'm like, fuck you. Not to him, but to the post office. This is the first time this has ever happened. So I sent him photographs of the postage. I'm like, show them this, and then tell them to go fuck themselves. Thank you, Billy. Right? Well, yeah, maybe she'll learn. Or maybe I'll never do business with her again, one or the other. I'm not here to cut people off from my pain oil. I'm really not. You guys know how to make it yourselves. Okay? You get a bag of cannabis, you can go make it yourself, just like you've seen me do. So it's not like I'm fucking leaving you out in the cold. But boy, oh boy, isn't that a nice little perk to have somebody making that shit for you and putting it in your mailbox for you? Isn't that nice? So where the fuck was I? So we talked about space farce. We talked about spreading Bernie Sanders. That's the thing. Get on your Twitters. Tweet it at me. Tweet it at me. Tweet it all 3 of my accounts. All 3 of my Twitter accounts. Tweet it at all 3. And say, back Bernie now. Bernie Sanders 2020. Hashtag Bernie. And then put his link. Twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. And then say, hey, everyone. Donald Trump has, 67 million Twitter followers, and Bernie Sanders only has 10 million. Let's get Bernie to 100 million. Let's get Bernie to 100 million Twitter followers. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's get on that. In fact, this bong hit is for all of you guys that are also going to do that today. I appreciate that. So for the Space Force and for the putting Bernie Sanders, twitter.com/Bernie Sanders, and putting that all over the place. Amy Nelson says she needs to sit down. She needs to shut up. That's very good, Amy. You're very good. I agree. But she's going to get her oil. It's coming. It'll be tracking by 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, it'll be tracking by 1 o'clock today. She'll have tracking in 4 hours. Cheers. Man, I saw Bill Murray last night on David Letterman from years ago. Had to be 20 years ago. Maybe 30 years ago. He looked so good, man. He was just so poised, and had such command of the audience. When Bill Murray came out, David Letterman's like, Bill Murray. Bill Murray comes walking out, and he's like, are you still going? Is it still going? Did I get here in time? He's like, I just ran all the way from wherever the fuck he came from. He's all out of breath and shit. It was so fucking funny, man. It just starts out with a killer joke. And then he goes on to, do his interview, which is fantastic. He talks about Groundhog's Day. This was one of my favorite movies in the whole world. This was the interview where they were talking about the release of that movie, Groundhog's Day. And back then, movies were $7. He's like, you're going to have to spend $7 and find out. He wouldn't tell him. He's like, David Letterman's like, is this the part in the movie, the clip where you're going to show when you realize that, your day is going over? And he's like, oh no, you're gonna have to pay $7 to see that part. He's like, I'm just gonna give you a little taste of this, and he plays the part in the movie where he's at the bed and breakfast. A lot of you guys that have seen Groundhog's Day, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. He's at the bed and breakfast for the first time. He comes downstairs. He wants the lady's like, would you like a hot cup of coffee? He's like, you wouldn't happen to have an espresso or a cappuccino or something like that? And she's like, he's like, you probably couldn't even spell espresso. He says, like, under his breath, and she's just trying to cater to him, and she's like, so do you think it's gonna snow? And then he breaks into this whole, well, we're getting a 50% chance of precipitation, but the moisture's moving down from the south, and we're gonna see some of that lifting away, and we're not gonna get any, that blizzard's just gonna lift right. He's like giving the whole weather thing. It is such a hilarious scene, and it's so funny that they chose that one. It's a perfect scene to show from the movie. It's just so cute. So then Dave Letterman says, who's that actress? And then Bill Murray says, oh, she's not an actress. He says her name, and he just fucking starts making shit up about her. He's like, we just fucking found her at the where was she working at the A&P or something. He's like, you just make some shit up. Do you think Donald Trump will get impeached out of the White House? I don't think so, but it's a possibility. But I don't think so. Those Republicans are they're really solidified in their stance there to not support impeachment. But I think they definitely proved their point. I think they proved their case to the American people, and that's what's important. I mean, and what's worse is it makes the Republicans look really bad. It makes them look so bad. If anyone's on the fence right now and they're independents, or if someone wants to get, like, you're 16, 17 years old, you're looking to get into politics, and you're watching the Republicans, and you're like, wait, now I know for sure that Donald Trump asked the president of the Ukraine to do something to investigate the Bidens. I know that's a fact. In fact, Donald Trump has even come out 3 times publicly and asked other countries to investigate his opponents. He's done it. So there's really no question as to whether or not he's guilty of that. The observation should be, wow, look at all these Republicans who are willing to sacrifice their honor, what they stand for, to tell a lie to the American people, the people that voted for them. That's the eye-opening thing there. It's amazing to watch. It's a study of the psychology of Americans, and I'm sitting here like a psychologist taking notes. I'm like, wow, man, it's almost just like the climate thing. Oh, you're not going to believe this? Have you not seen the fires? I've been evacuated from my home 3 times. Me personally, when I say that, I wonder if people think that's just a figure of speech. I've literally been evacuated from my home 3 times because of the fires in Northern California. It's bad. You think I'm the only person affected. I just happen to do some crazy cannabis smoke. A subcool lost his freaking home to a Northern California fire. This didn't happen 10 years ago. This didn't happen 20 years ago. This didn't happen, when, there were, Subcool and I have been on the internet for a long time together, 10 years. And our houses never, and I didn't get evacuated back then. His house didn't burn down back then. So something in your mind must be saying, yeah, it's different. It's hotter. It should click. It's the same thing with these Republicans that are looking all of us in our faces and saying, Donald Trump did nothing wrong, and the Democrats are evil for even trying to say that he did. The facts are is that Donald Trump has done a lot of things wrong. He's violated the presidency on so many levels. The Democrats just got fucking sick of it and just picked the thing that was staring him in the face. There's people out there that make a great point that say that Donald Trump, if you're going to go after impeachment, you should have got him on the slaughter, a genocide that he allowed. you know, there's other shit too. Just like Nancy Pelosi. And let's talk about her. Because she is guilty of the exact same thing, resulting in even thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of more deaths than Donald Trump. And she should be impeached too. There's no doubt. They're both just as corrupt as each other. But to just look at Pelosi and not see the same thing in Donald Trump, it's like I said, it's a study of the mind. And you're watching people and you're going, did you think reality TV was not produced? Did you think it was real? Did you really think that they were just setting cameras up and catching people off guard? Did you not think that there were people right off camera directing people? Did you not think there was a storyline? Did you not think there were, there were not conferences and discussions and the actors would all get together and this is how it's going to go down? Some people are like, yeah, man, that guy's all out. He's out in the wild all by himself. There's nobody with him. Yeah, and sure enough, when they got the selfie stick and they're doing that shit, that's true. But when there's a cameraman filming it, he's not alone in the wilderness now, is he? And who's behind the cameraman? There's probably a guy holding a microphone, and there might be a producer or a director as well. But this is how your minds are just trained to just believe things. It's okay, man. It's all right. It's not the end of the world because of that. We didn't do anything. And remember that, guys. None of us. There isn't a person alive today responsible for what all 8 billion of us are going to have to deal with here in the next few years. So we can't really be that angry at each other. You can't blame the people of the 1960s for not doing anything about it. They didn't even have the internet. It amazes me how countries were able to organize people for war. Hey, come out, risk your life, you might die. And, hundreds of thousands of people show up for World War II to go fight in World War II. I guess a lot of them were drafted. They didn't really have a choice, did they? But the psyche of America is severely damaged. We have a tendency to favor ourselves in our own minds. We don't see the hypocrisy of America. I've got a friend, he's a fucking lawyer. He's a triathlete. He's a fucking surfer. He's brilliant. He thinks America's number one. He thinks America's the greatest country in the world and it's number one. And there's no refuting it with him. Does it really fucking matter? That is the psyche of one of my friends, one of my best friends. I'd fucking kill you if you talk shit to this guy. I would kill you. He's I grew up with him. He's a brother. But in his brain, that American flag, he's Coast Guard, he's American flag, America, number one at everything. Why the fuck are you even thinking about that? If you're still there, you need to snap out of it. It's not even worth talking about, thinking about, putting any effort into who number one is. It doesn't fucking matter. It's fucking stupid. It's a waste of your mental capacity. You've actually put thought into that. What a waste. It's a tremendous waste. We have parades about it. Look, it's not about putting America down. It's about just forgetting about all of these restrictions on our minds that we have. And you know what I like to see? I like to see that someone left and someone came back in. I like that. If you're finding this offensive and you cannot wrap your brain around this discussion, I understand it. I do. I know plenty of people like you. And my friend, the surfer, lawyer guy, Adam Benson knows exactly who I'm talking about, I'm sure. Or no, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. No, maybe he does. Anyway, he's never going to be able to change his perspective. That is my study on the American psyche. My friend who I grew up with as a toddler, because his father and my father were best friends. Okay, and this kid was 1 year older than me, and we grew up together. Okay, he thinks he's a medical, I want to say doctor, or he's a PA, he's a physician's assistant, or he's something along those lines. And he's also a fucking triathlete. Isn't this interesting? He's also a fucking triathlete, and he's an expert enduro racer as well, enduro motorcycle racer as well. Won races and all that shit. It wasn't just a hobby. He was doing it for years. Now it's all mountain biking, which he's done that for years too. All right? These are the mindsets of these guys. This guy, this really good friend of mine, who I don't talk to anymore on Facebook, I try to, but he doesn't respond. He thinks that cannabis is bad for you. He doesn't know about any medical benefits of cannabis. Bottom of the hour, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. These are two really dear friends of mine, and again, I would rip your fucking lungs out of your throat if you said something bad about my friend. I would. He's my, he's like my brother. Even though he doesn't talk to me, it breaks my heart. Understand that. I want him to understand cannabis. He's in the medical profession. He is in the industry. And I want him so bad to understand, about cannabis. He really thinks it's really bad for you. We can't wake up every sleeping sheep. Billy, just no. All right. Billy Sanford, Snacks Long, cheers. Cheers, everybody. No law regarding cannabis. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day. And I'll send all my lovin' to you. All my lovin' I will send to you. All my lovin', darling, I'll be true. All my lovin', all my lovin', Ooh, all my loving, darling, I'll be true. May the farce be with you, space farce. Space fart. That was a good one, bro. I'm kind of sad that I didn't think of it. Please fax, email, content, Morse code. Right, believe. Billy Yar, if you have something to say to me, say it to me right here on this live stream. Otherwise, there's nothing for us to discuss in private. Understand that. There's no reason for us to have a private conversation. If you can't say it on here in front of 33 other people, then I'm not talking to you about it privately. You understand that? I message people about information about their shipping, or important shit. You know? Hey, Ice, what's up, son? Tweet me, bro. Billy Yar, tweet me. How about that? Impress me. Go on Twitter and tweet me. I'm on 6 channels on Facebook. I'm on 21 channels on YouTube, but I'm not broadcasting to all 21. I'm broadcasting to, several. Iceman. What's up, Iceman? Iceman, why aren't you... Are you on lunch break, Ice? Are you on lunch break right now? I love it. Let's smoke, bro. Let's smoke like you stopped off at Wendy's and picked me up a triple burger with fries and a fucking chocolate frosty, a large. Came over to my house and we got high as fuck. Sat there and ate Wendy's. Yo, bro, will you pick me up Wendy's on your way over? You're like, fuck yeah, I will, son. I'm in the compound. I'm locked down in the compound. I need a burger stat. Speak privately. It's the same as someone whispering into someone's ear, fuck your secrets, fucking rude. Billy Valentine. Billy, you should live stream, bro. I would totally watch your live stream. Why don't you live stream like me? From the castle. Dude, set up all your collection. Set your collection up behind you, bro, with a fucking curtain and like talk about them and shit. Oh. Like old times. Bro, I haven't had a triple burger anything in so long. Yeah, I have had burgers. But man, I haven't had Wendy's. I think there might be one out here too. I'm not sure. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Probably in Santa Rosa. Okay, Google. Didn't hear me. Bitch. Google's being a bitch. Okay, Siri. Did you like that? Fuck you. Call you by the wrong name. See how that makes you feel. No law regarding cannabis. Dude, I know doing this for somebody, I forgot who it was for, but it's for whoever it was. I'm sorry. So let's just say this. Please go on Twitter. Please go on Facebook. Please go on your YouTube channels and make a video about it. Okay? And tell everybody to please go follow Bernie Sanders on Twitter. Twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. Everyone, please go to Twitter and follow Bernie Sanders. Let's get him to 100 million followers. Donald Trump is at 67 million. Let's get Bernie Sanders. And, from what I see of it, a lot of those people like me that follow Donald Trump are Bernie Sanders supporters. Let me tell you something. People eviscerate. If Donald Trump went through and read the tweets that people wrote him, he would, I guarantee you, it would destroy him. The shit that people say to him is so acidic, and it is so accurate, and it is so damning. He wouldn't be able, he must just tweet it and then just walk away. It's the only way I would think a narcissist like him could get through a day, is to just ignore that chatter. Boy, oh boy, you guys should all go on to, and listen, the first few tweets, they're going to be popular. The responses, they'll be in favor of Donald Trump, and they'll have 27,000 retweets. There'll be a lot of support for him or whatever. But just scroll down a little bit and get the one that's got 10,000 retweets on it and or likes. I think I'm talking about likes, not retweets. All the likes on it, and look at those, and you'll just be like, oh man, it's like a roast show on steroids every time you go through a Trump tweet. And you know what? Maybe we should do that. Would you guys like me to read you? Would that be fun? To go through a Trump, just a Trump tweet responses? Here. I'm on Twitter. Let me just find one really quick. Okay, that's Donald Trump Jr. Close. Okay, here we go. He hasn't tweeted in a little while. I don't see him. That's nice. He must be doing White House stuff. Donald Trump Jr. is tweeting a lot, though. Dude, okay, I don't see him. It's so funny. I don't see him tweeting. He almost always pops up first. It's just crazy that he didn't. Real Donald Trump. It's so funny that Candace Owens comes up above Donald Trump because it starts with a C instead of a D, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'm following Donald Trump. Okay, I just signed up for alerts. Okay, 2 hours ago. Wow, this was from 2 hours ago. He tweeted. Okay, he says, wow, all of our priorities have made it into the final NDAA. Pay raise for our troops, rebuilding our military, paid parental leave, border security, and Space Force. Congress, don't delay this anymore. I will sign this historic defense legislation immediately. Okay, that was Donald Trump's tweet. Now here's some of the responses. Okay. The original Never Trumpers, and it shows a picture of the founding fathers. I'm gonna like that. That's the first one. It's got 376 likes. If you want to follow a young Never Trumper assembling a community of bipartisan patriots ever, follow here. Helps. Thanks, says Nathaniel Country Over Party. I'm not going to follow this idiot. He's a fucking Republican. That makes him an idiot. American Patriot says, Trump extorted Ukraine for personal gain. It's a big meme. Wow. And then this one says, American Patriot, never forget the many Republicans who stood in defense of a traitor. Oh, man, I'm liking that one. So, it just goes on and on and on. Here's one. Real Donald Trump. Hashtag treasonous Trump. Treasonous Trump. And then two big memes. If Trump is innocent, and it says make those guys testify, Giuliani and Mike Pence and John Bolton, Donald Trump, and all of them. If you guys are innocent, then go testify. None of them will testify, right? Oh, there's one that says, you guys have to see this one. Look at this one. It says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the absolutely greatest president ever in the history of the world? And it shows, thank you all for, not you, being such great presidents. It's got Donald Trump going like this in the middle. Not you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I'm not going to retweet it. But, you know, um, like I said, you will see some of the funniest shit at these responses to Donald Trump. And like I also said, I guarantee you he doesn't read through those. That would be, he would be an emotional wreck. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. This is for Bernie Sanders. Please follow Bernie Sanders on twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. Please. Let's get him to 100 million. Let's get other people to do that. Cheers. I'm going to go on David. Ooh, we could call in David Pakman right now. Let's call in the David Pakman show. Here, I'll use my cell phone to do it. Where's my page at? I need his live number. Where's my paper? I got it on a piece of paper. It's right over here. Here we go. So, let's call in. Okay. We'll ask him about if he could help support people to get on Bernie's Twitter. No, let's. What should we say to David Pakman if we go live? Let's say, I don't even know. Fuck it. Fuck it. You guys want to go on David Pakman? The number is 617 830 4750. You can go on there and you can go on there and talk. I don't have it right now. I don't have it in me. I was going to hit this. That's what I was going to do. Cheers, guys. Let's ask him about global dimming, global masking. We could talk to him about Greta Thunberg and say, hey man, have you ever checked out Guy McPherson? And have you ever researched global dimming? And do you understand that the pollution that we're putting up is creating a reflective, basically a force field around the planet that keeps the sun from baking us? And the reason we need that now is because we've cut all the trees down on the planet. We've destroyed all the planet's lungs. Don't you think that Greta Thunberg, what she's asking for, would accelerate our extinction? And is that something that you would be interested in looking into further? Because she's starting this massive movement. Ask away, Shell. I wouldn't mind hearing Dave Pakman speak on that. Global dimming, global masking. I mean, when you shut it all down, like Greta Thunberg wants to do, like Bernie Sanders is even talking about doing, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, they're talking about doing. Aren't we going to accelerate our extinction? And don't you think these people would be smart enough to listen to someone like Guy McPherson and to maybe research global dimming a little bit? Agenda 21, I don't know about 2030. I know about Agenda 21. It was from the Clintons. I'm not really worried about any other agenda right now. There's not going to be much shell. There's not going to be much organization. Governments are going to crumble. You know, there's not going to be anybody who's going to be around to enforce something like that. You understand what's about to happen, right? It's already happening. You know, infrastructures are breaking down already in certain places. I mean, look at Puerto Rico, right? Look at Northern California, where they've lost infrastructure and they're not rebuilding it. You know, they're not putting homes back up, and they're not putting up power, and they're abandoning places due to climate change. Coastal regions, you know, look at the panhandle of Florida. Look at the flooding in Miami. You're worried about something like Agenda 21, 2030? What? Who's talking about that? This is something from the Clintons, bro. Where are you getting your information from? Human race is probably going to be extinct by 2030. Do you realize that photosynthesis, when the temperature goes up a couple of degrees, photosynthesis stops happening. Shell, what are you talking about? You're just some conspiracy nut. Get the fuck off my live stream. Go away. Poof, like a fart. Stunk for a second, but they're gone. Bye, smell. Thank you. Thank you. You guys want to leave a tip, you can go to Patreon, become a Patreon member. It's patreon.com/trendyadstabbers. I would love that. Become a $1 a month donator. You know? My camera's trying to turn on. One of my cameras. The humidity must be lifting. It's kind of like hypnotizing watching that camera try to come on. It's kind of cool, actually. It keeps going through this. He keeps going through this sequence, and it's just repeating over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually, when it gets dry enough, it's gonna. Dude, did you hear that somebody is literally super gluing little hats onto pigeons in some city somewhere? Little cowboy hats on the heads of pigeons. And I know it's funny because I can't tell you it without laughing about it. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you probably saw the retweet of that. I thought that it was a statue. I thought it was when I retweeted it, I swear, I thought it was a statue of a pigeon. And then I read the article and I was like, oh my God, somebody's really super gluing little hats, little cowboy hats onto pigeon. Like I said, and I know that shit is funny because I can't get through the sentence of it without laughing. So I know that shit's funny. What if I said I'm not like the others? What if I said I'm not just another one of your plays? You're the pretender. What if I said I would never surrender? Every time I say little cowboy hats, it's just little cowboy hats. Bro, you need to get on my Twitter and go look at those pictures on my Twitter. Someone is super gluing. Jesus Christ. I fucking hate pigeons. I fucking hate them. You know, they are the rats. They're like fucking city rats. Oh, and they shit all over everything. Oh, I hate that. But you know what I hate worse than pigeons? Those fucking spikes that they put up on windowsills and shit to keep pigeons off of them. Dude, that, you know, now, okay, I can understand super gluing little miniature cowboy hats onto the heads of pigeons, but those fucking spikes, now that's fucking cruel as shit. You want to make little superhero costumes for them? I think it'd be fancy if they had the cowboy hat and they give a little purse over one of their wings. Okay, we've talked enough about this. All right, bombed it. No law regarding cannabis. Bye, guys. Sorry if I offended y'all. I love it. I do. I love animals. I do. I love animals. I fucking hate pigeons. Please go on Twitter and please support Bernie Sanders right now. It's twitter.com/Bernie Sanders. Please go follow him, sign up for notifications, and read his tweets and go participate. All right? All right. Bye, guys.